I'm back. So again, for those of you who missed my first video, my name is Ellen Catherine. I'm the CEO and founder of Multidimensional Catalytic Healing and the pioneer of the Quantum Enlightenment System. My first video, I briefly shared that I have a tumor on my thyroid and I'm going to get surgery to remove it next week. So just sharing my story with you because I know that there are a lot of people who are out there who are possibly going through a physical ailment or an experience where they're not happy with what is actually happening in their lives. And so I thought that creating these videos, sharing my story and my journey with you can help you or anyone you may know who is going through something that they're not happy about, maybe change their perspective, change the way they're viewing their ultimate experience and be able to go with it with grace and ease. That's ultimately my goal in my teachings. I like to help people see the bigger picture, the higher perspective on what is actually happening in our lives, with our experiences, what is actually going on and why it's happening, what it's meant to teach us. So this video is just a little breakdown of what was happening in my life that I had to see and accept. So here goes. In 2017, there was a tumor that was found in my thyroid. At first, they said it was a nodule and shouldn't be anything too crazy. Not that it is right now. But the point is there was a nodule that was found and it was fairly large. I was told to remove it and, you know, I was pregnant at the point and I didn't want to because I wanted to be available to my son. I wanted to be present and be able to feed him and protect him and be a mother to him for the first few years of his life. And so I was just watching the nodule. I kept going to doctors, getting it biopsied and sonogrammed and whatever, and everything was fine. COVID came, stopped going to the doctors, and during my light body practitioner course, I was learning how to be a light body practitioner starting in November, I believe, of 2021. During that time in January of 2022, I started feeling like something was off. And internally, I heard to go to the doctor and to see what was going on because this felt off. So I went and they did confirm that it did grow bigger. And at the same time, the hormones were really just going haywire. So there's no coincidence at this point because, you know, we were working on energy as a light body practitioner and things are coming up and being brought up to the surface to be looked at and to be worked on. So I basically found out that at this point, I needed to get it removed. And at that point, when I found out about that, even though I knew eventually I would have to get this removed, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for the news. I labeled it as something bad. I labeled it and labeled myself as a victim. And I had put myself in this situation where I felt like I was a failure and I felt like I was a victim. So why failure? Because I'm a spiritual teacher and because I'm so spiritual and doing all these things, emotional healings and, you know, doing what I came here to do to help people ascend and to teach and, you know, doing my own healings on myself while also helping other people heal. I felt like, what did I do wrong? How am I in this position? And it made me feel like a failure because if I was able to heal certain aspects, then why is this coming up? And so that also brought me into the victim mentality where I felt like things were happening to me. And I had to remind myself with the help of my spiritual coach that we come here already with experiences that we're meant to learn, right? Experiences that we're meant to have. And the part about me being a failure, first of all, I had to look at the fact that I'm a human having an experience. And my coach helped me with this as well. I'm no different than anybody else. We are all here in a human body having a human experience on this earth plane. And I had to recognize that regardless whether I was spiritual or not, this was an experience that I chose to have. And because I chose to have it, I needed to accept it. And so looking at the higher perspective of things and realizing that this is what is at this moment, this is the experience that I'm having at this moment. And I'm the one who makes it good or bad. I'm the one who labels it. I'm the one who can accept it and make a choice to accept it and go with it with grace and ease. And how do you do that, right? When you've been programmed to believe that removing organs from your body is no good, or you've been programmed to believe that something might happen. And we get nervous and scared to make these types of decisions. It took me some time to integrate it. But when I was able to see and recognize that I am having a human experience on this earth plane like we all are, I accepted the fact that this is just an experience. And accepting allows you to surrender. So when you surrender, you're not surrendering your life and saying, whatever. You're still doing what you're meant to do, but you're just not labeling it in a good or bad, as a good or bad thing. You're not putting a label on it. You're not looking at it and making yourself feel like you did something wrong to deserve this. And again, going back to, I decided, or my higher self chose this experience prior to me coming to this earth plane. Now, there are many reasons why this could happen, but from what I understand is there's a physical ailment, there's a tumor, a nodule, or whatever it is that is holding energy. There's a lot of energy in that area, and this is considered to be around the throat chakra. And if you look at past lives, you look at ancestral lineage, there's always been this stagnation in the throat chakra because many women or spiritual people were not allowed to do whatever they were doing. Witches were burned at the stake or hung. Even Jesus was crucified for speaking and being, the love and light that he meant to be, and to teach people how to be love and light. There was a lot of situations in past lives where we had to stop speaking up. And so this could be the idea that we are clearing this out in this lifetime, and this is the way to do it, right? That could be one of them. It could be karma that I'm basically paying my debts in this lifetime, and just doing it will help to remove that out of my system, out of this field. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter anymore, because the bottom line is there is this experience, and my choice is to either surrender and go with what's meant to happen, or to fight against what's meant to happen and just cause more stagnation. So we're not victims to our circumstances. We have to come to realize that we have chosen experiences and lessons to learn, and whatever experiences that may be to help us learn certain lessons, that will come. Accepting and surrendering, accepting our experiences, accepting the fact that we are going through whatever experiences we have, allows us to open up to surrendering, so that whatever is meant to flow will flow much more with ease and grace. And the victim mentality doesn't help us to surrender. The victim mentality doesn't help us to see the higher perspective. It just keeps us stuck in this energetic this negative energetic bubble that just causes more of these types of experiences to come our way. And again, these types of experiences will keep on coming our way when we're in low vibratory frequency, because that's what we're holding on to. So changing our perspective on, our situations, our experiences does help us to flow with things at a much, much higher level and higher vibration than it is to fight against it and to feel like things are happening to us. It's a really big concept to grasp. So I'm going to leave you here, and I'll come back in another video to go into the next part of what I've learned so far with this thyroid healing journey. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you are liking and subscribing to my video. Please share this video with anyone that you feel is going to benefit from what they're hearing, benefit from the teachings. And again, thank you so much.